Guys, this is a very quick update pre-FOMC because I am expecting some volatility here in just a couple hours when that bald guy starts talking. And I want to talk about what I think might happen here, okay? So first things first, this FOMC is a little bit different because Bitcoin made a series of higher highs this month, okay? So we were really putting in higher highs, and not just higher highs, but all-time highs. So this is undeniably a very crucial part in the chart. It is very volatile, and I would expect some movement today. Now, continuing on with market cipher on these higher term time frames, we're putting green dots on the 8-hour, potentially putting in green dots on the 18-hour, on the 12-hour. So things are looking relatively pumpy for the next few days at least. And not only that, but we do have some nice liquidity that we can sweep. Now, we are in a downtrend, which we've been talking about on the channel on the 4-hour time frame, and there are potentially short zones that we should be looking out for. But I actually want to talk about potential longs today because, like I said, I do think that we may get a squeeze to the upside. And I want to talk about how we can take advantage of the volatility, okay? So locally, what we're seeing here on the 30-minute time frame is we did change market structure bullishly. So we can be looking for potentially a higher low that to then make a higher high. However, only the 30-minute down are in uptrends right now. The 1-hour is still in a downtrend. The 2-hour, the 3-hour, the 4-hour are still all in downtrends. So I want to bring your attention to one possibility which may happen. We already know that market cipher is looking like, okay, Bitcoin wants to pump along with the rest of the market. You can see we are seeing a sea of green today, which is really good. However, I want to talk about this macro range low real quick, okay? So if we zoom out on the 12-hour time frame, and I'm sorry for jumping around, I got to make this video really quick because I'm not able to live stream later. If we zoom in on the 12-hour time frame, you can see that when we put in this kind of like fake out dump, we dumped 15%, we came to $59,106, okay? And since then, we have stayed above that for about 14 and a half, 15 days, okay? So we're 2 weeks above this, which means there is a lot of liquidity now being built beneath this zone. In addition to that, yesterday in the VIP Discord, we were watching this zone for longs. And although we did catch a quick scalp long, we absolutely got rejected and shut down by all of the bears here. And so this order block didn't actually really hold up. The place where we actually bounced from was around 60.7K. And the thing about this is there was nothing really here that would suggest a bounce. We didn't really have that much going on here. We didn't have any golden pockets. We didn't have any 786s. We didn't really have a high volume spike within the range. And on top of that, we didn't have any order blocks. So there was literally no reason, at least unless I'm missing something, for price to bounce from here. Not only that, but this continued move to the upside. Remember, we talked about how the 30-minute and down flipped bullishly in terms of market structure, but we're not seeing the volume here suggesting that we're going to get that continued move to the upside, okay? We're not really seeing that push up that we would want to see, that follow through with our volume. And so with that being said, if we come to more higher term time frames like the 1-hour or the 2-hour, I do think that we have the possibility of potentially rolling over at some point. Remember, FOMC is a very volatile time, and if you want to be safer, you shouldn't really be trading. You should wait for the madness to happen and then to trade. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin did something like this, did one more low, swept out this macro range SFP where there's a lot of liquidity because we've been ranging here for 2 weeks and a lot of people are putting their stops here thinking that it's support. I wouldn't be surprised if we get something like this on market cipher B, where we get a nice bullish divergence with money flow continuing to the upside, which would indicate a reversal. And where is best for that reversal to come into play? Well, if we take a look at our order blocks here, we can see potentially a few zones. Now, I really will be looking for any longs if we take this low. It doesn't have to be here, but we do have a nice range-based order block between 57.7 and 56.2 thousand dollars. Of course, we will be trading these as an SFP, which means we should be waiting really for the wick to, or for price rather, to wick below and then come back within the range while seeing that continued bullish momentum. So that's the first place I would be looking for. And again, this is not an exact stop loss. Definitely don't be putting your stop loss here. Definitely don't be placing limit orders here. If for whatever reason this area fails or we don't get that SFP, I do think that we can come down to 53-ish thousand dollars. I think this is very unlikely though, at least not today. I definitely don't think that that's going to happen. But I will be watching out for this fake out play, because remember, market makers are here to take your liquidity. This is not a charity. And what better catalyst to dump price out of seemingly nowhere than something as volatile as FOMC, while we've been putting in all-time highs, and it's probably going to be a very volatile FOMC meeting. Okay, so I just wanted to give you this fair warning. I would be watching this value area low that is currently at $65.1 thousand. Perhaps we reject from that. Perhaps we SFP this high before rolling over. I don't know. A lot can happen in 3 hours, which is at the time of recording, that's when FOMC is going to be. But I will absolutely be looking for longs, and I will be targeting all that liquidity that has been left behind. My first target would be these highs. My second target would be close to $70.1 thousand. And then at that point, whether we take the high or not will depend on market structure, but perhaps I'll make an update from Miami if we get up there. That's all I got for you guys today. That's curtains.